Eyewitness News.
It's been an afternoon of demonstrations at the Pretoria High Court where ballistic evidence is being challenged in the Szuma trial. The state's ballistic expert, Chris Mangena, spent the day under cross-examination. The defense is challenging the links he has drawn between the gun found at the home of one of the accused and the bullet found on the scene of the footballer's murder. 5 men are being tried for the 2014 murder of the football star, allegedly orchestrated by his then-lover, Kelly Khumalo. Khumutsumudi says in court.
Is it a match or is it not? That has been the question that lingers over the Pretoria High Court as technical evidence is being heard. The accused, their lawyers and Judge Ratamo Kgwatleng had their eyes glued to the projector where Lieutenant Colonel Chris Mangena was demonstrating how he came to the conclusion that the bullet found on the scene of Senzomeyiwa's murder was ejected from Thobisi Mncube's gun. Mangena says there were at least 7 markings on the bullet that was found on the scene that were consistent with those on the test bullet that he fired using the same gun. But the defense's Sipho Ramosepele says their expert will give testimony that challenges this, saying his finding is one of inconclusive. Mangena has hit back at this, saying the finding of inconclusive does not rule out Mncube's gun. Khumutsumudi, Eyewitness News, Pretoria.
Gauteng will be fined tomorrow. Lerato Hefela, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
#MSW. You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And Nas Boite, who's a former Springbok fly half and one of our greatest legends in South Africa, joins me on the line. You know what I'm going to ask you last? Final score prediction?
I knew that was coming. Actually, I'm going to not give you a score. I would not be surprised if we get a bonus point against New Zealand.
Is that all you're giving me, Nas? Just a bonus point?
That means we're going to score more tries than they anticipate. So that means I'll give you a 5 on this one.
The Bull Special Projects Manager, Tando Manana, joins me. Maybe give me a final score, quickly.
Final score against the All Blacks, South Africa 23, All Blacks 15.
15. I love your precision, sir.
And now the All Blacks.
Her name is Tina Sonke Mbuli, UWC women's football coach. Did they give you any bonuses?
Oh, I so wish.
Nothing?
I so wish. Nothing, because Africa comes with nothing.
But yeah. The authorities, I mean, surely, you incentivize, you promise, you say, hey, if you reach the final, you get this and more than that. If you win the final, then you get that. Nothing.
No, we just arrived. I must say that. We are charged with 3 o'clock, so we still have a tea and lunch with the VC during the week. Just that you couldn't do it today because the weather was bad around Cape Town.
I just arrived.
Do you want us to negotiate these bonuses for you?
Please.
I spoke to the people of the Lotto. This government is going to deliver.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
Well, and just like that, the Paralympic Games are underway. Good luck to our athletes. Good luck to everybody who'll be flying the South African flag. We wish you everything of the best. Right now, though, time to get those WhatsApp voice notes going. 060-708-0484. It is a Wednesday today. It is soccer night. We've got an exclusive interview tonight. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to dive straight into it. It's also live on the YouTube channel. And if you want to participate, you got questions, you got comments, send us your WhatsApp voice notes. Give us a call directly in studio, 011-883-8947. Otherwise, you can leave your comments on the YouTube channel. So any of those platforms, feel free. Tonight, we have a conversation with somebody who was often dubbed as the South African Messi for his dazzling displays. I mean, you look at the skill that this man possesses, the stature that he brought into the game. I mean, my guest is undeniably one of the finest footballers this country has ever produced. Now, despite all of his achievements, he remains a very humble and very gracious figure in the game. I mean, he is a true product of what we call grassroots football. We've witnessed his journey from an exciting raw talent at Ajax Cape Town to achieving legendary status on the international stage. The big question is, were his best days at Mamelodi Sundowns? I guess we'll find out. We'll find out from him. I can't guess that. I can't tell him that. But he will tell me and tell you and tell the nation. But he's also going to come here and dispel some of the rumors. You know, when you read and say, highest paid player at Kaizer Chiefs. This man earns R1 million a month, and you fall off your chair and you say, what? Maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, who knows? He'll set the record straight on many issues, man. In fact, if I'd set aside 6 hours, it still would not be enough. He's departed from Kaizer Chiefs now. The beautiful thing is, he's just, 31 years old. Is he done? Surely he can't be done. There are guys who are 38, 39, 40. You know, your Messis, your Ronaldos who are making and breaking records. I think I saw just the other day, yesterday, Ronaldo scoring his 899th career goal. Crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, please, let's welcome the great Keagan Dolly. Hey, you see, you still got fans here, hey?
I see.
You still got fans? You got fans in the building. I saw the whole entire security fraternity came down to meet you.
I feel very welcomed. First time I'm at the studio, and everyone was showing their love, and I'm just happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
What does that mean still to you, to know that you've made a difference? Why? Because God gave you a talent, which was to play football.
Yeah, I think still every day when people come up to me, it's still shock. Yeah. I'm still in awe of people still, even though I'm not playing, and I think the last time I played was in May. So, I'm just grateful, and I show my appreciation, for all the hard work that I did in the past. And just to see people still appreciate it, it means the world to me.
May to August.
Yeah.
In fact, let's just say September, because we're sitting on the 28th of August now. So it's done, this August thing. Yeah. In between, there was a broken toe.
Yeah.
Which you got while you were playing for your former team, Kaizer Chiefs. But let's talk about this dead period. It's not the first time, because, injuries and Keagan Dolly have been, cousins, friends, sisters, brothers, whatever you want to call it. But what's it felt like, though, being on the sidelines, watching from the sidelines?
I think, obviously, it's not always nice to be sitting on the sidelines and watching your teammates playing and having fun, enjoying the talent that they have, For me, unfortunately, I kind of have experience because of my experiences in France with Montpellier, where I've fractured my tibia, and I had picked up quite a bit more injuries after that, and I was out for quite some time with MCL at Chiefs as well, and then picking up the fractured toe towards the end of the season. It's really not nice, but I think with the support I have at home, and the faith I have that I will be back stronger. And it's just something you have to work through and push through and be strong about it.
But you talk about Montpellier. Did that make you realize you needed to be strong? Because when you signed for them in 2017, you were still a youngster. You're 24-year-old. A lot was expected of you. Everybody was hyping you because you deserved it. We saw what you were capable of. You had signed the contract, which was a 5-year contract, if I'm not mistaken, 4-year contract with the extra option of extending. But then when you looked at the stats didn't quite match. They showed a Keagan Dolly who was more inactive than active, because in that time it was only, 64 appearances. You only scored 1 goal. And when you get to Chiefs and something similar happens, do you think the French experience helped you mentally to understand and not to over-push yourself to get back when you're not fully fit?
Yeah, I think the experience in France taught me so much as a person, as a football player. Just how to handle those tough moments in your career. And I think there were times where I got injured in France and I wanted to be healthy so I could come back and play for Bafana. And that didn't help with the traveling and, not resting enough. And now coming to Chiefs, I knew to take my time and heal properly until I was fit enough to give my best again. And in France, I think when I left for Montpellier, I think before that, since Ajax days, I haven't picked up any major injuries that took me out for so long. And when I got to France, it was something new. But I think having my girlfriend at the time with me helped me a lot because I had someone that I could go back home to and, talk to and share the experiences with. And I think that played a big deal with handling all the issues that I went through during my time at Kaizer Chiefs.
Because it was not only just the injuries in France, you also had some very good players. I think Stéphane Sessignon was there, Yannis was there. So you would have to compete against them to try and be in front of the queue as well. Your calming effect now, and I hear you talk about it, you talked about it to me when I reached out about a month ago, to check up on what's your next move, are you okay, and all of those things. And you said, what, I'm enjoying time with my family.
Yeah.
2 great daughters that you have. And I found the greatest sounding human being on the phone just with that interaction. Has that changed your perspective on life?
No, not at all. I think even with my mom, dad, and sister, that was always my safe place. And now I have it with my wife and my daughters, So for me, since I started playing for the School of Excellence, I was always looking forward to that one weekend where I can get to go home to spend time with my family, So that's the reason why I say at this moment I'm just spending as much time with my family. My sister gave birth yesterday. So yeah, the family is growing and we're all just trying to be there for the special moments, and with football, you travel a lot and you don't get to see the special moments, the birthdays, the first crawl or walk, the first word. And luckily enough, the injuries came where I could see those moments with my family.
Sure.
And I always, appreciate that.
I mean, we call it stolen moments because, the injuries managed to give you that opportunity that otherwise you wouldn't have gotten. Congratulations to your sister, man.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
The expansion of the family.
Yeah, they're growing.
The legacy.
Yeah.
But, with all of that being said and done, there's still Keagan Dolly that, we would still love to see. I mean, I'm seeing now everybody's excited. Hey, football's back.
Yeah.
It has been a drought of football. Haven't had football for over 2 weeks and the league is only starting mid-September. All of these crazy things that are happening. People love the game. And when Keagan says that there is an opportunity, I think even your agent, Kumete, was saying that you could be signing for SuperSport United. Then, I mean, you were there. I mean, you had passed your medicals. Everything was done. But we were a bit confused, though, because it was a toss-up between, is it a case of a contract was put on the table and you said not good enough, or is it a case of Gavin Hunt saying, well, it's between Vincent Pule and Keagan Dolly? Which one was it?
Yeah, exactly that. So the club first wanted to make sure that I'm injury-free, I'm healthy. So they sent me for the medical, and that came out clean. All the injuries was healed. The doctor was happy. He sent it to the club, and it just came down to the club deciding on going with Vincent Pule. And, Coach Gavin, great coach, lots of experience. And he worked with Vincent Pule and explained to us. And yeah, it's part of football, coaches want players that they're comfortable with and that they know personally or coached before. And for me, there's no hard feelings, it's part of football. Sometimes you get the team and coach wants to work with you. And sometimes the deal just don't go your way.
How disappointed were you? Because I know Gavin Hunt is a big fan of
Yeah.
Keagan Dolly.
I was a little disappointed, but also then again, I was looking, maybe there is something elsewhere, and at this stage of my life, I want a place where I can start enjoying football again and stay mentally strong, stay healthy, stay fit, stay as much on the field as possible, because I think the past 2 seasons was a bit difficult, and I think I owe it to myself, to the people that has been supporting me, to stay on the field as long as I can and, just show my talent.
I mean, I hear it in your voice. You say you want a place where you can enjoy football again.
Yeah.
The pressure at Mamelodi Sundowns is immense. The pressure at Montpellier is immense. The pressure at Kaizer Chiefs is immense. Whether you're playing or not playing, you feel it.
Yeah.
Because the fans expect you to be winning.
Yeah.
Then you get somebody who I had never seen, and you talk about enjoying it, and this was even before. He's not kicked a ball for them even now.
Yeah.
But he's played for Orlando Pirates. He's played overseas. He's played for Sundowns. He's played for the national team. But right now, he's off to Chippa United. Andile Jali. He's busy farming. I don't know what else he's doing with his life. But when I spoke to him after there was a press release sent out that Andile Jali is signing for Chippa United, I'd never heard Andile's voice that happy. So is that the kind of joy and happiness you looking at? And would a club even like Chippa United be an option for Keagan Dolly?
Look, right now it's not just about me as the footballer. It's me as the husband, the father, finding the right place where my family can be happy as well, because my daughters are growing up. They need to start school soon. So we need to, we thinking about a lot of things that plays a big role in finding a club. It's not only where I can go and play and, it's where the family is comfortable, with the schools, with the surrounding, where the kids can be themselves as well. So yeah, with Andile, I'm sure him going back home, he's from the Eastern Cape, so that gives him a sense of I'm home again.
Sure.
I can start, just enjoying football and not worry about all the other politics that comes with it. Yeah, so for me, it's just looking for a place and a team where I don't have a role per se, or a responsibility that I need to, cover all the time. I just want to be Keagan Dolly and play football. That's all.
It makes sense, though, because you've played a lot inland.
Yeah.
The coast is a beautiful place to be. The family would love to be along the coast, surely.
To be fair, we stayed in the south of France. So.
Yeah. France, I mean, yeah. We're talking South African sunshine here. We're talking about KZN. We're talking about, you might be a Westbury boy, but, isiZulu phuma ngamakhaya, liyasazi. You can talk the lingo. So,
yeah.
Amazulu would be one of those other clubs who are financially very strong, who could afford the wages, who maybe have a vision that maybe was somewhere off-ramped after Benny McCarthy's departure.
Look, we're open to anything if the right project comes and it aligns with what we want as a family, what I want as a player, and what I still want to achieve going forward in my career. Because I still want to win trophies. I still want to, go out there and, compete to win titles. So for now, we've been speaking to some clubs, but it's just local, abroad. But with the season I had and the injuries, it's a bit difficult. And I just feel like in South Africa, once you reach 31, it's a little bit more difficult to get a club. And also, probably they afraid of the package that I was apparently on. And yeah, so it's just at this point, the family and
I hate apparentlys. So after the break, you'll tell us whether you're earning R1 million or not, sir.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time.
MSW.
Charge into running rugby action with Hollywood Bets. Grab the chance to win big and enjoy every try, tackle, and triumph when you back your favorite teams in international and local rugby fixtures. Be in the game and bet today.
Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
The road has a new partner, one that raises the bar, a vehicle that redefines style, everything you expect and more. An SUV that wants to get out there and see the unseen, experience new places, new roads, new feelings. One that takes the whole family on holiday, that takes you to work. Yes, this is that SUV. This is your SUV. The new Jator range, arriving September 2024. Discover more at jator.coza. Jator. Drive your future.
Brighten up your living spaces for spring with House & Home and discover unbeatable value. Save $5,000 on the 6-piece Mateo Leather Uppers Lounge Suite with 2 recliners and console for just $34,999. And save $2,500 on the Sealy Grande Queen Base set, now only $5,999. View more spring must-haves for your home, in-store and online. Only at House & Home until 1 September 2024. T's and C's apply.
Live your best life with the new Galaxy Z Fold 6 and Flip 6. Become a language connoisseur with Interpreter that translates real-time conversations with ease. Discover a new way to search images using Circle to Search with Galaxy AI. Buy now and get an accessories voucher with up to 2,000 Rand on us and up to 15,000 Rand back when you trade in. Valid until 31 August 2024. Make wow moments an everyday thing with Galaxy AI. T's and C's apply.
Sibs, your free lattes.
Thanks.
Who's next?
Hi, can I also get free coffee?
Do you have a Woolies Black credit card?
No. Should I get one?
For sure. It's the most wanted credit card. It gets you cash back on shopping, free Woolies online delivery, and 2 free coffees monthly. Just apply at woolworths.co.za/apply or on the app. If you get it by 30 September, you'll get 2,000 Rand in Woolies threshold vouchers.
Okay.
T's and C's apply. Woolworths Financial Services, an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. FSP MCRCP 49.
Mzansi, the Great South African Sale is coming, and we've got enough travel deals for everyone to find their perfect match. For horse riding, a braai in the bush, or kayaking like this. Visit shortleft.co.za and get up to 50% of all travel deals when you book between the 2nd and 8th of September and travel anytime. After all, it's your country. Enjoy it, because nothing's more fun than a short left. Hashtag TravelWise Mzansi. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And Lars Boite, who's a former Springbok fly half and one of our greatest legends in South Africa, joins me on the line.
I will never ever in my life underestimate New Zealand. You must be absolutely crazy if you do that. Okay? Then you're looking for a hide. Same as the Boks, but to underestimate them will be absolutely nuts. Okay?
Nas, does it narrow us into a situation where we go back into the tightness of a Rugby World Cup game that saw at the end of full time a score of 12-11.
Japan beating Canada, I think, on Monday, 55-28. Do you want to see that? Or do you want to see a thriller for 80 minutes that you actually can't call the winner? That's what I would love to see. I would love to see, of course, at the end, we must just have more points than them on the scoreboard. That's it. Okay?
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Wednesday nights. Soccer nights. Your nights.
All right, so live on the YouTube channel, there are a couple of individuals who are watching the show, listening to it at the same time. Masitlole Samuel says, thank you for the unforgettable moments and for giving your all to the team. You will always be cherished as a special part of Kaizer Chiefs family. Wishing you all the best in your future endeavors. And Manuel Modibonle says that this was a great coup for Kaizer Chiefs. However, the output was significantly diminished. And diminished largely, you would say, because of the injuries and opportunities. Hey, but also, there was like a revolving door there at Kaizer Chiefs, man. You signed when, 2021?
Yeah.
And
came back 2021.
There's Coach X,
Yeah.
Coach Y, Coach Y
I think
leaves, and then
I was with 4 coaches within 3 years at Kaizer Chiefs.
Have you ever had something like that before?
Not really, because when I got to Montpellier, my first 6 months was with one of the coaches.
Yeah.
And he just came there to basically save the club from relegation.
Okay.
And when he left, then I spent 4 years with one coach.
4 years with
Yeah,
one
and
coach.
he's still at Montpellier. When I got to Chiefs, I worked under Coach Stewart. After he left, Coach Mulifi Nsiki took over. No, Coach.
Then there was the others one period.
Yeah, and then Coach Kevin came.
Correct.
Now towards the end of the season.
And that's part of the irony, because you've mentioned publicly before that as a youngster, guys like Doc Kumailo, even Jabupule, then Mahlangu, now you were inspired by them. One of the guys was Atazwane as well, as a football player. So now your hero as a football player is now your coach.
Yeah.
What is that like now, working with Zwane, the coach?
I worked with Coach Arthur, I think since 2016, 17 at the national team as well. So we were quite close. We knew each other. We understood each other. When we got to the first team, I think the pressure as well of being at Kaizer Chiefs, I don't think it's just the players that feel it. I think the coaches as well, especially when you come into a situation where the club hasn't been winning for so long. And unfortunately, the new players, the new technical team are always the one to feel it the worst, because they have to come in and try and change the situation. And I feel like that even brings more pressure, because now you're suffering for things that you haven't been a part of. And I think everyone just succumbed to that pressure.
Straightforward question. If you were to resolve whatever problems you observed at Kaizer Chiefs, and tomorrow we appoint you as the coach with all the badges in the world, what would you change?
I'd probably just look after the players a bit more, protecting them from social media and what's being said about them when things aren't working out. So I'd probably first make them feel safe at the club and, not adding more pressure, So I'd make an environment where the players themselves feel that they are home and they're working together, everyone's together. And just ensure that they're there for a reason, and not remind them of the past and what big of an institution you're at, because I feel like a lot of players that comes to Kaizer Chiefs, they come from their teams being outstanding players, and I don't feel like a player can be a bad player overnight. You understand?
Yeah, sure.
So I wouldn't put a lot of pressure on players that join the club. I'd work them, get them familiarized with the club and, the culture of the club, and, just bring them slowly into it and not just throw them into the deep end.
I hear what you're saying, and it almost sounds like the guys were left to hang. Like laundry out in a washing line, for example. And the issue that you mentioned about social media is important. Some clubs have social media protocols, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure as an international player, you would know.
Yeah.
And maybe if Sheikh's Mashab is listening to the show now, you would know even more. Because, hey, Uncle Sheikh's had no time for that. He literally just told the guys, listen, phones one side. We are here in camp. We're focusing on that. You smiled when I said that.
Yeah, because I played under Coach Sheikh's at Bafana, and normally like a night before a game, he'd take all our phones and he'd keep it in a safe so that we focus on the game and only the game. I think there's protocols at Kaizer Chiefs as well, on what to post and what not to post, how to engage with the fans and supporters. But as an individual, you need to, teach yourself on how to go about social media, on what to read, what not to read. But I mean, after a game, sometimes you just want to see what people say. And if you think too deep into the negatives, it gets to you. I mean, I was one of them that would, after a game, go on Twitter to see what they're saying. And, sometimes I forget about it. But sometimes you think, oh, I still need to go to work tomorrow.
It hurts, doesn't it?
It hurts.
But social media is not a nice place. It's not a nice space. And nobody is out there to make sure that Keagan Dolly is given his flowers. Keagan Dolly is praised.
Exactly.
That platform is there to break people.
You only get, let's say, 4 or 5 people that's saying, well done.
Yeah.
The rest is just negative. And I think the PSL in general, a lot of clubs don't protect the players from the abuse, And because I said it, I did an interview about 2 weeks ago, and I said, even when you're out with your family, people don't mind saying, hi, you're Lisa, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to accept it. You're getting paid all this money. You train 2 hours a day, so you just have to accept it. Be a man about it.
But how do you deal with that? Because I can almost imagine people are very daring these days.
Yeah.
So for them to come up to you and say, oh, yes, Lisa and Keagan, it does what to you? Because now here's your collective family around you and you being verbally abused.
Most of the time I just try to ignore the person and just take my family away from that situation. But a lot of times when I'm alone, I try to talk back, ask them questions, try to, reason with them, try to let them understand our side as players. Because I don't think there's any player, be it for TS Galaxy or Kaizer Chiefs, that wants to go into the field and lose. There's no one. You get what I'm saying? So things like that, you just try to avoid and stay positive and mentally strong. That's all you can do.
Because there's got to be a problem somewhere, Keagan, because I've been and I broke an over 10 decade long spell of not going to the Kaizer Chiefs village. And I think I did that last year. And it was the most rewarding thing that I gave myself, because I saw this village that had developed. They were taking me through, Jessica and the family was saying that plot of land, we're now developing it because we want to grow the women's game as well. So they'll have the facility across the road from where the main security gate is, which was never there the last time I was there. And just the gymnasium, the everything that is there. Then you go up the stairs and that history you talk about of all the trophies, whether it was Datsun, it was Olsen's, it was Mainstay, it was any of those trophies, it's there. But here's this big decade of no trophies. Here's Keagan, who's used to being at Mamelodi Sundowns. You didn't have to go to gym, and your gym was lifting trophies at Sundowns. And then now you get to a team from when you join up until when you leave, you've lifted nothing. Maybe you've lifted your middle finger to some of the fans that were abusing you. But more than that, where then can they make a turnaround as a club, as individuals, where big names are made, where you can get on the ball and say, I want to be the next Doc or the next Jabo or the next Tiki Tiki, whatever?
There's no doubt with the facilities at Kaizer Chiefs. They're very professional. I said it competes to some of the teams in Europe that I've seen, very, very professional. I just feel like they shouldn't focus on the past and what happened in the past. They should focus on building a new culture with the current players they have, the current technical team they have, the academy players that will get promoted eventually. Build a new culture around that and not focus on what Jabo Pule and them did back in the day and try to recreate that. Do you understand?
Never going to happen.
Never.
Yeah.
Players are different, characters are different. So if they focus on the current group of players and the technical team that they have, give them a fair chance to build something, I think it can work. And not expect results over one season and then put pressure on the coach again and put pressure on the players. Give them a chance to, work together for a season or two. I've seen it with teams like Arsenal when Arteta joined.
Yeah.
His first season wasn't great.
Sure.
But look at them now. They almost won the league last season. But it's a process.
And the season before.
Exactly. It's a process. Just allow everyone to go through the process and enjoy it.
Were you earning that 1 million rand?
Never. I wish. If I was, I would have been on a beach right now.
Sure. But they were saying that Chiefs had to pay you an almost equivalent of what you were earning at Montpellier.
Yeah, but who said I earned 1 million in Montpellier?
So remember, internationally they declare salaries.
Yeah.
South Africans, there's more people hide behind who's supposed to be earning what. We know, I mean, it's, the end of the transfer window is coming to an end. They'll tell you, hey, Osimhen is moving away from Napoli, he's going to go to Chelsea for X amount of money. It's not a secret. Football's open and people declare. So how did that come about, though? Do you know?
I don't know. There was a story on Twitter one day that I was earning 1.4 million rands. And I was shocked as well because it's nowhere near that.
But your players, your teammates, probably believed it and they looked at you differently.
A lot of people did.
Yeah.
That's why I say that adds more pressure on me. People look at me like, you're the highest paid player in the league, not only at the club, but in the league. What are you giving us? What are you doing? So every time I step on the training field or step onto the playing field, I have to handle myself this way because people expect that from the highest paid player. So that comes with more pressure, and it gave me a sense of trying to do more than what I had to do at the time. I felt like doing everyone else's role and forgetting about playing my own game, So, yeah, that was lies, and it just brought a lot of pressure.
Sure. Let's take that pressure away. Katlego in Soweto, who used to go to school with Keagan Dolly at Everest Primary.
Correct, yes, Keagan. I'm not sure if you remember me, man. We used to play soccer, and we used to always play it on that tennis court rather than the actual football court. And I think we were together from grade 2 till just remind me if I'm wrong. When you went to School of Excellence, I think we were in grade 4 or 5. I think Mr. Barker, when he announced in the assembly, we used to play with Farid, I think his name was.
Yes,
we used to play with guys like Ethan, yes.
I remember.
Yes, there was a spy too that you gave to me one time. I still haven't forgiven you for that, but it's fine. I can't wait to see you on the big screen, my man. I really wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, my man.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for bringing back the memories, eh? Playing football on a tennis court, that's a story many would tell. Who's the principal? You remember? Mr. George?
Mr. Bajas.
Mr. Bajas. Is that Farid the Khuda that they were talking about? Another Farid.
He was the principal's nephew.
Oh,
Farid Bajas as well. So we played with Farid. I played with him at Westbury Arsenal as well.
Yeah.
And we were at the same school, like Katlego said. And at break time, we used to go and just play football all of break time.
So my little mirror ball right now says to me, there's been this almost mirrored career that you've had. As I mentioned earlier, Westbury boy, there's an Ajax Cape Town link, there's a School of Excellence, well, it was Transnet School of Excellence as it was known then. There's a Bafana link. There's a great link to a Stephen Pinar. So Stephen, I was even shocked. He sort of up and left and said, you know what? I'm going back to where people appreciate me. I'm going back to a familiar territory, and I'm going to coach. And it doesn't matter where I begin, but I will coach.
Yeah.
He could be the next Eric Ten Hag.
Yeah.
I'm just using it because of where he's gone.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to find out from you after the break, is that a thought for you to do something similar?
#MSW. Live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. At the same time. #MSW.
What do you get when you cross cutting-edge hybrid technology with a forward-focused attitude? Innovation with fuel economy and responsiveness with responsibility. What about when you cross battery power with petrol performance and regenerative braking power with the seamless synergy of an electric motor and petrol engine? Well, the answer is quite simply the Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. Head to your nearest dealer and start crossing boundaries today.
Become one of 10 millionaires with Spar. Buy any participating product and swipe your rewards card for a chance to win. Competition ends 6 October. Get 1 litre Spar assorted long life milk, 6-pack for just $89.99. Save 20 Rand with rewards. Or 900 gram Bacoma wheat picks for only $49.99. Save 19 Rand with rewards. Price is valid until 1 September. T's and C's apply.
With the wave of a wand, the magical sale is back. Get ready for unbeatable prices on our extensive range of Discount Baby City products and all you need for baby. Pregnant? On Thursday to Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can get a 2D scan for the magical price of only 180 Rand at the in-store mom and baby clinic. Shop at your nearest Discount Baby City store or online for magical sale offers from Thursday 29 August to Sunday 1 September only. Discount Baby City, we know you care.
Big news! Deal or No Deal has awarded over 7.5 million Rand cash and continues to change lives. So, join me, Katlego, and stand to win up to 250,000 Rand by registering on dealornodealsa.tv. Catch Deal or No Deal weekdays on SABC2 at 11 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. and on SABC3 at 5:30 p.m. Proudly sponsored by LottoStar.
LottoStar is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Spring into savings with Union Tiles World of Tiles. Discover unbeatable deals on luxurious, locally produced and imported tiles and accessories. Whether you're renovating your kitchen, bathroom or patio, we've got the perfect solution to transform your space. Be spoiled for choice and step into the Union Tiles World of Tiles. Go to Union Tiles, Bedford View, Centurion, Randburg and Silver Lakes or uniontiles.co.za. Union Tiles, style and quality you can afford.
Welcome to Flight Centre.
Hi, I know you're the flight, accommodation and everything else centre, but we'd like a, row.
Second honeymoon. Of course, we're your flight and row centre. We're actually your flight row. Perfect sunsets, turn down service, and bye kids, see you later centre.
Oh, perfect.
A great couple's holiday is more than a flight. Visit your nearest Flight Centre store or flightcentre.co.za.
Flight Centre. Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
And Lars Boyter, who's a former Springbok fly half and one of our greatest legends in South Africa, joins me on the line. Is the selection. There was a lot of debate, though, heading into the announcement today, whether it will be Pollard or would it be Sacha who goes in first. And according to the coach, he says it would be stupid not to start Sacha Gomezulu in the game against the All Blacks. Never mind what people have been saying about who gets to start.
Rossi gave him an opportunity. He took it. And when you're fair to a player, that's what you do. Don't tell me you give me an opportunity and I go and I show you I can do the job and then suddenly you take that away from me. He's unpredictable. He's very strong in his channel defense. He's kicking extremely well. People might say, yeah, but he's a little bit inexperienced. You have to play them in these internationals.
#MSW. #MSW. Wednesday nights, soccer nights, your nights.
Good evening, Robert Marawa Cheslin here all the way from Boksburg. Just want to say big shout out to Keagan. Followed his career long time. Watched him in France. As any South African, we pray and we hope for the best. But like you're saying, sometimes we don't know how a career will turn out or what will happen. But I think at the end, if we're happy and we do the best for ourselves, then nothing can ever beat that. So it's good to hear you in good spirits and in good voice. And funny enough, on the weekend, my son was playing Xbox and he was taking a few shots on FIFA. And he called me and he said, "Daddy, look who I'm kicking with." And it was Keagan Dolly. I mean, I've followed your career so much that I even have my son still doing the same, saying, "Hey, Daddy, where's Keagan Dolly? What is he doing? Where is he playing?" So big ups to you, man. Keep it up, keep smiling, and hope to see you soon on the football pitch.
Thank you.
What does that do to Keagan?
Yeah, it just gives me more inspiration and, that fire to continue playing and, inspire the next generation that's coming up, especially in the areas that don't get the opportunity to showcase their talents, like Boksburg, Westbury, all the other the local communities that don't get the exposure. It's just for me to continue working hard and to, just trying to push through this cycle that I've been in and just come out stronger and prove to them that not everyone's journey is the same, You can go through injuries and setbacks, but still come out victorious.
It's crazy, though, because, your dad's always been your coach from an early age.
Yeah.
And I read somewhere, which is quite funny, and you're saying that you're the one who's coaching him now because he's the older man.
Yeah.
But he still does so much community work. He still does so much in terms of just trying to lift the next my son from the community.
Yeah.
And please, big up. If he's listening, Daddy.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Hulufulang here, and good evening to the MSW shoulders. And good evening to your guest there, Keagan Dolly. What a footballer. I saw you under the former tutelage of Sheikh Mashaba back when he was still the Bafana head coach. And seeing why that he has selected you, I mean, the answers are there. You are that brilliant. And yes, you might have played for the other side last season. You have been a pain on a lot of people's backside, but that is because you are that brilliant. And seeing you without a club right now, it's quite concerning. Having said all of that, have you received any form of approach by any PSL club or any club outside of South Africa? I mean, it could be in Europe. Do you see yourself going back to Europe again? Have you been approached by any team at the moment? What can you tell us? That is what I want to find out. Great show as always. Thanks.
Well, Falang, thank you so much indeed. Just very quickly on those. I mean, I know we touched on it earlier on in the show, but a direct phone call to you or to your management?
No. Just ongoing talks about potential possibilities, as well as in other countries that we're looking at, it's just checking in and they're also doing the big background check on me on seeing if I'm still fit and, everyone's just trying to be careful and, everyone's just trying to make each other happy and, we're just waiting. We're playing the waiting game. As soon as we find a good project that we can go to, everyone will be the first to know.
I mean, a young guy like Mailula tried the project to the United States of America. Obviously, it didn't work. He's back on the continent, but he's under somebody like Rulani Mukwena who can take care of him. I don't know. There was a stage, and I know this because I've followed your career for so many years. There was a stage where you admired a Percy Tau. You admired the fact that he was playing Champions League. Whether it was Champions League in Europe or it was Champions League playing for Al Ahly, didn't matter. That's what he was doing, was playing Champions League football at the highest level. He was going to the Bernabeu, and at some point he was coming to Paris as well. He was there. You admired Bongani Zungu, Leboang Piri. All of those guys you admired because they were there. Do you still see yourself as being somebody who can deliver of that capability and of that stage, even if it's a Club Brugge? Club Brugge takes you to Champions League.
Yeah. Look, I still, like I said, I still want to play at the highest level I can until the body says, no, that's enough. Me, I feel like I owe it to myself personally. Like I said, for the past 2 seasons that I had with all the injuries and not being able to help Kaizer Chiefs win a title. So for me, I still feel like I have it in myself. I have the ability. I still have the desire and I want to still compete at the highest level. And for now, it's just waiting for that call and me pitching up and, doing my best to deliver on the field.
I don't know why, but this looks like a very common question on X, which is Twitter. You're still there. I know you've deactivated your Instagram, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Futimnal, I'll take him as an example. Says, kindly ask Keagan any regrets on his stay at Kaizer Chiefs?
No regrets at all. Maybe not being on the field as much as I wanted to and helping the team win a title. Maybe that's a disappointment. But I think Kaizer Chiefs was good to me. They gave me the opportunity to represent the clubs. Unfortunately, I got injured and that didn't help much. But yeah, I enjoyed my stay, especially the first season I got there. There wasn't much pressure on me. I scored a lot of goals. I assisted quite a few. So I was enjoying my football.
21, 22.
Yep.
Hey, you were clapping at the Chiefs, though, eh?
I came back from France where I was injured. I wasn't playing enough. So I came back home to a club which I supported growing up. So I felt at home. Yeah. I felt like there's no pressure on me. I can just play my football again, which I did for the first season, I think, for first 8 months at Chiefs.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. I was just enjoying myself.
Remind me of the jersey number you wore.
10.
Evening, Big Rob, and evening to Keagan Dolly. I have a question for Keagan Dolly. Since we're touching on responsibilities and being yourself in your next journey and your next club, what type of responsibility would you like as a Keagan Dolly? You are a father now. You are not a youngster like you were back then. And obviously, when people train with the Keagan Dolly, they would want to get advice from the legend of South African football. So according to you and for you, what type of responsibility would you like to have in your next club? Thank you, Mr. Robert.
Do you want responsibility in your next club?
I'm not the legend yet. I'm still playing.
No, not yet. Too young.
Yeah, it's very young. The responsibility of being Keagan Dolly every day at training, during games, pitching up, scoring goals, creating goals. That's the responsibility I want. I want to be there for the youngsters as well. At Kaizer Chiefs, I grew close to Mdu, Shabalala, and Mfundo. Those are like the boys I took under my wing, and that's a thing I like because I understand. I've been in their shoes before. So, they quite close to my heart because I see myself in them. So yeah, that's the responsibility I want. I just want the responsibility to perform week in, week out.
And you can relate. I mean, I jokingly said to you, I always chat to Zulu with you, is that you can also come to the level of players maybe whose confidence is down and they feel that there's a pressure to speak English all the time.
Yeah.
And then
and I think that's why I got so close to both of them.
Yeah.
And to a lot of other youngsters, there's no pressure for you to try and force a conversation in English. You can speak Iskasi from Val to Soweto, and I'll relate. I'll understand, because I grew up with boys from Soweto, from all around South Africa.
School of Excellence, boss.
Yeah, you meet everyone from everywhere.
Brent Carroll's, he speaks Zulu like he's given land in the kingdom of KZN.
Good day, Rob. Actually, Keagan just said, I think for me, one of the most crucial thing about where Kaizer Chiefs is, saying, Chiefs needs to start focusing on developing a new culture. I think it's important because even as a human being, looking at yourself 20 years ago and today, the number of things that have changed. It's not only your friends. So in this case, Chiefs, only the players. But there's a lot of things that have changed with you because you've grown. You're a different person to what you were then. You might have been a bit more successful or lucky, but today things are not going the way that they used to. But for you to be able to redevelop yourself, there's certain things that you start applying in your life. And I think that's where maybe Chiefs needs to look at. But great player, great show, great everything. Tembisa in Butler Park, Germiston.
Hey, Tembisa, thank you so much indeed. it's a compliment for you, boss.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that's all I hope for Chiefs this going forward now. To start winning titles again and start challenging for titles and being the Kaizer Chiefs we know, and I believe if we give the technical staff and the crop of players they have currently the time to understand what the coach wants, and the coach starts understanding what the players and their characters is like, I think they can start winning again.
The one thing I always wanted to ask you, I have no idea what it is.
Hi, Moroa. So my comment goes for that player, and some of the fans doesn't know their boundaries when it comes to when a guy sits with his wife and family, not walk up to him and badmouth him in front of his family. So I think there's a boundary that the supporters need to follow when it comes to a player and the player's safety and well-being as well.
Yeah. I think that's in response really to what you mentioned earlier on. I was joking before I went to that voice note, and thank you so much indeed for that. I think respect is something we all ask for. Do you think it was a mistake somehow for Chiefs to try and replicate that was the CBD at Mamelodi Sundowns to that then became the CBD at Kaizer Chiefs, hoping for a same or similar or better result?
I don't think it was meant to be, because we all joined different times.
Yeah.
I think Castro was the first one to go to Kaizer Chiefs, and I think then Gama a season or two afterwards. So I don't think it was planned in a way where we all need to come together and
But in
recreate
the back of their minds, surely they would have
probably
had the pressure.
when the three of us were finally at Kaizer Chiefs and playing again. But then when I got to Kaizer Chiefs, Castro was struggling with the injury.
Sure.
Myself and Billiard probably had a good few games until he also got injured. And after that season, Castro left us. And it was just myself and Kama was still struggling with his injuries and trying to get back to full fitness. And after that, he left. So I don't think, in a way, they were trying to recreate that, because I always say that what happened in the past, I don't think you really can recreate that anymore. When we had Sundowns, there was just this thing that we understood each other. Even when Castro couldn't say a word in English, but on the field we understood what he wanted and needed. And yeah, I don't think that can ever be recreated again.
But also it's a different coaching,
Yeah, it's a
CBD,
different environment as well.
Yeah, CBD in Swane is different to a CBD in Joburg. It's different things. The
And we were
outcome.
much younger then.
Yeah, no, for sure. No,
Yeah.
100%. Quick quiz. We're out of time. This is a quiz about you. Let me
Okay.
see how well you know yourself. In terms of
Okay.
minutes on the field of play, which was your best season in your entire career? Just in terms of minutes on the field.
2015, 2016, Mamelodi Sundowns.
So you know yourself, right?
Yeah.
You can go to Home Affairs, you'll be cleared,
Yeah,
right?
cleared.
Do you know how many minutes you spent on the field?
I don't, but I think I played. Are we just talking about Sundowns or with the national teams?
That season.
The whole
No.
season.
The season you were accurate about, 2015, 2016.
I can say I played close to 45 games that season with the national team. Both.
No, just Sundowns.
Just Sundowns.
Minutes on the field.
Ooh, I can't tell you that.
2,434.
Is that just the league?
That's just the league. That's a lot. That's the most
Yeah.
of your career.
Yeah.
And you want to know how many minutes you played against or for Kaizer Chiefs in your last season with them?
I probably played like 7 games.
And minutes? Equate that in minutes on the field?
I wouldn't say it's more than 200 minutes.
386. Yeah. So with that, you win a jackpot, a vacation, and a new club.
Thank
Please
you.
come back to
Thank
us
you
soon,
so
sir.
much.
I appreciate you.
Thank you.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.